as an Uber operator or just going to the theater. We live in a time now where we have to have a plan B. We have to have an alternative just in the event that something goes sideways. And so, thank goodness this young lady survived. I wish she would have slowed down maybe to about 45 before she bailed out. But what I'd like to know is how was he able to maintain control of her car if she jumped out at 60 and not get involved in a traffic collision? So he's an opportunist. He saw an opportunity and he took advantage. So, note to self, have a plan always, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, you feel so bad because, you know, she's not in great shape, but, you know, no broken bones, amazingly. Jennifer, Shen, I want to focus on the other part of this story, which is, okay, this guy now is a suspect in a very serious crime. It seems we've got a very contained crime scene here. Should be able to get a lot of evidence just to, you know, kind of confirm her story and to have enough evidence to put this guy in prison.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I also want to echo that the fact that she survived this was amazing. And the courage it must have taken to jump out of that car is just incredible. But the type of evidence we can find in the crime scene, which is the car, is we're looking for DNA, we'll be looking for fingerprints, we can look for anything that the suspect left behind. Certainly we would be looking for that knife, and all of those things are going to serve to corroborate her story. And these are very, very serious crimes because she easily could have died taking that risk and jumping out of a car moving at 60 miles an hour. So there is a lot of forensic work that we could do to corroborate that story and make sure that this person goes to jail.
Yeah, thank goodness again that she's okay. Absolutely amazing. All right, next story comes from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Released some video, some inmates purposely spreading the coronavirus.
What you're going to see is surveillance video, and this surveillance video is going to show inmates deliberately attempting to infect themselves with the COVID-19 virus. And you're going to see 3 different ways. This is you see that's a hot water dispenser there. They're going to be sharing swigs from the same bottle of water. Under normal circumstances, no one would do that anyway, to begin with, particularly when everyone has the same access to the water and to all the different supplies on their own individual. So no one shares this. But now they're sharing the hot water from the dispenser, the same bottle. And right after this video was taken, a nurse came up to take temperatures. And with the hot water, they were trying to falsely elevate their temperature readings to generate a symptom for COVID-19. Now this is another one, and you can see now they're going to use a mask, and it's going to pop up here, and they're also use that styrofoam cup, and they're going to share the styrofoam cup. Same process they did with the water bottle, but now they're also sniffing out of a common mask. I don't know, it's sad to think that someone deliberately tried to expose themselves to COVID-19. As a result of this behavior, from this particular module, 21 inmates tested positive for COVID-19 within a week of these videos being taken. And that is problematic because somehow there was some mistaken belief among the inmate population that if they tested positive that there was a way to force our hand and somehow release more inmates out of our jail environment. And that's not going to happen.
All right, is there any way, and I don't know if it's possible, is there any way how this could be prevented? Jennifer Shen, I'll start with you. Any thoughts about how you could stop these inmates from purposely trying to contaminate one another and spread COVID-19 in the jail?
Well, I just can't imagine trying to give yourself this virus because it certainly can have very terrible consequences. And people who have it and survive it don't necessarily enjoy it. So, I mean, all you really could do is to do the things that we're all doing, is be socially distancing the inmates. And that would require probably a lot, if you're going to have these sorts of social type gatherings in these larger rooms, it would require masks and some personal protective gear, plus we would have to have more officers there to make sure they're staying 6 feet apart. I mean, they would just honestly have to do the social distancing, or they would have to stop being allowed to be in these social situations where there's several inmates all together, which, you know, certainly would breed opportunities for this sort of thing.
Yeah, Sergeant, do you think we have to lock them down? You know, the way we're shutting our houses, right, where we can go out to the store and stuff, but maybe you have to lock them. This, to me, criminals always looking for an angle. And I don't know if there's any way you're going to stop them if they're allowed to interact with one another. They're seeing this as their get out of jail free COVID card.
Right. And listen, if sense were common, everyone would have it. And so I imagine they've probably been watching TV and know that, you know, if you're rich and white and well connected, you could get out. Now, I don't think any of them are that, but there certainly are penalties when you violate prison rules. And so maybe they need to have some of those things taken away from them. Telephone calls, being able to go to the canteen, being able to congregate. Those are all measures that can be used disciplinary wise to prevent them maybe going forward from engaging in this kind of crazy activity. Yeah, extremely dangerous. But then again, committing crimes, also a dangerous business. All right, when we come back, we've got a violent arrest caught on camera that we're going to show you out of Buffalo. And we'll continue our discussion with our experts tonight. Crime Time continues.